What's going on, guys? Welcome to this weekly breakdown video. I was going to drop it yesterday, but my brain was super frazzled, so I couldn't think properly. So I thought, I'll save it till today when my brain's working a little better. The quality of the videos is going to be also better. So here we are right now. So I'll just give you a quick rundown, guys, of what we can expect on the dollar and how that's going to potentially influence gold. And then we'll take a look at US30 as well. So as we can see from last week, look, we broke trend here. We faked out, we finally broke, we came down to the daily lows as we predicted last week. And now again, a price is sitting in a consolidation zone. So on the daily, we're still bullish. That's what I'm looking at on the daily. We're still bullish here. So I am expecting price to still rise on the higher time frames. However, we are at a point of interest here where the 4-hour is bearish, and we're currently sitting in 4-hour supply. So what I'm waiting for here, guys, is for this supply to break. It looks like we've got an ugly looking cup and handle potential shape pattern here, where if this breaks, we'll be flying up. We're breaking this, we'll be probably coming up here somewhere. But what I want to see is a solid break and retest, guys. And as we always know, around session open times, especially beginning of the week, end of the week, we get a lot of fake outs in these zones. So I am expecting the bullish momentum to continue because we are bullish on the higher time frames. So let's see what today brings, guys. If we do get a solid fake out, break up and close below, break down here, I will be looking to trade in the opposite direction on the opposite pairs. I just want to see what the market gives us. Now, just because we're trading a retracement, guys, doesn't mean to say that we are going to catch a big move. We've just got to wait for 15-minute confirmation, 10-minute confirmation to catch a better move. Retracements, I don't really like entering from like the 1-minute confirmations, unless we're on US30, of course, when we get some, big volatility in the market. But, it can be quite dangerous. So as long as we wait for 10-15-minute candle closes and break and retests, we normally avoid the session open fake outs, etc., using that strategy. So I'm looking, guys, at these potential moves here. It's the only two ways that price can go. But what we want to see is confirmation of direction. So to take this here, we want to see a solid break up above here and a retest. So once we broke above this supply, we know that price is going to hit the next supply zone, which is also lining up with this resistance level here and almost coming back to the original trend line. Now that's the direction I think the dollar's going to go in, using my higher time frame bias of trading with the trend. And if that happens, guys, we've got a good chance, as long as there's no divergence, of gold heading in the opposite direction. Now I've marked gold up here. Look, we've still got our head and shoulders here that was looking at last week that never confirmed, and if we break this zone here, then it's invalidated, but this is still potentially confirmed. So I am looking for buys here because we are bullish on the daily, here, very good structure. And we're currently sitting at a 4-hour demand zone. You notice how on the 4-hour on the dollar, we're sitting at a 4-hour supply zone. And at the gold, we're sitting at the 4-hour demand zone. So we're on the flip side of it. So we could get a solid rejection here. We could get a fake out, which is going to make a fake out in this direction here. And if we get a 4-hour candle close back above here with lower time frame pattern confirmation, break a structure, head and shoulders, double bottom, whatever, then we can be looking to take this potentially up to this level. But we've got to wait and see what price wants to do. Now, because the daily and the 4-hour are bullish on here, we have got some divergence with the dollar. They don't move 100% correlated. But we are currently sitting in a daily bullish, and we're currently sitting in a 4-hour bullish zone. Now, the hourly on gold, I think was bearish. Yeah, we've got the hourly breaker structure there, and this looks like we're setting up a potential continuation. Now that could be trickery from the market. If we get a solid breakdown here, which invalidates this pattern, and a retest, then we can look to take short-term sells down to this zone here, and then once we hit this zone here, this is going to be our strong probability or high probability zone to look for buys, to then continue that daily price action back up to this trend line and back up to these previous supply zones here. But the dollar will influence, or should have a big influence on that direction as well. And you can see here, look, if we go down to the 15-minute, we've got the breaker structure here, and then price is just messing around in this zone. So price looks like it's going to go and attempt to break the highs. That could be a fake move. It all depends on these candle closes, guys, on the 15, 30, 1 hour. Depends which time frame we're looking at. But we don't want to buy the impulsive breakout, because doing that, you're just going to catch a lot of fake outs a lot of the time. However, I am favourable bullish on the dollar because of the daily price action, but we could see, if this zone fails again, we could see another breakdown and then price to come back down to this zone again, somewhere around here, or maybe back down towards the daily low. As I say, I'm not longer term bullish until we actually break through the daily low, have a solid retest on previous structure, and then we continue down. If we go on to US30, I've marked this chart up. It looks quite pretty, this one actually. So we've now broken the structure on the weekly. Now when we break structure, guys, I mean, price could continue to shoot up, but I mean, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks now of bullish candles, so we will be expecting a retracement soon. Price is currently sitting in this supply zone here, just above the weekly breaker structure. That could have been higher time frame liquidity that was swiped. So what I'm looking at here is potentially taking sells down to this trend line. Now, I've seen a lot of people selling this morning, but look, we have this imbalance above here again. So this could be creating liquidity here to then shoot up and then give us the real move that breaks down here. And how I'm judging this, it's difficult because all time frames are so bullish. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, etc, etc. So to take sells on here or look for a retracement, we're going to have to see a solid pattern form with at least a 5-minute break of structure or candle close below on that pattern to confirm it. However, sells here are going to be potentially dangerous, so if we do take sells, make sure that you're only risking less, 50% less than what you would do on buys, because what I'm looking at here is potentially, I've marked this up when it decides to load, there we are. So we've got the 15-minute zone here, and we've got a gap fill there. I haven't checked MT4. Let me have a quick look on the MT4. Do we have a gap to fill in here? Yes, we do. We do have a gap there. So we could potentially see price heading up to fill that gap. Once that gap's filled, we could get a fake out here, so it makes a double top, and we'd be aiming then back for, you know, the 4 hour breaker structure zone here. We need to make sure we got this level cleared here. There's going to be a lot of liquidity around this weekly breaker structure level. So once price is probably going to mess around here for a while. So, and we've got that weekly imbalance above, don't forget. So let me see how fine-tuned we can get this imbalance. Now trading views deciding not to work. Let's go on the 1 hour. Sorry guys, the internet's really playing up this morning. There we go, look. So in here, it's actually higher than it was on the 4 hour. So we could see a continuation here. So I will be buying here if we get confirmation. I'll be looking for a continuation, a short-term continuation, because we'll be using this weekly breaker structure as support. So we could potentially buy up there, and that would be a 500-point move. You know, so yeah, looking at it on the high time frames, it does look like smaller moves. But when you zoom in, there's big moves here. So if we get filled lows, if we have a look on this here, Asia low, if we see a fake move and we take the Asia low liquidity and then we come back up like this, it makes an inverted head and shoulders. I'll be then looking to aim for the previous weekly highs, and if we break this, I'll be then looking to aim for that imbalance. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the chat if I think missed anything, or if you want to see any more videos, let me know. I need to create some content and get around to doing it yesterday. And if you're not in the VIP, you guys, join us. We have a lot of fun in there. It's an awesome group, awesome members. And yeah, thanks guys, thanks for the support, and let's have a good week. Smash it. Booyah!